Dave Morris from the Oklahoman alongside world-renowned and best-selling author John Grisham. Mr. Grisham, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for your time.
Happy to be here.
You're here in Oklahoma City, here at the Oklahoma City Golf and Country Club, an awareness event for one of two foundations that you told the crowd that you're still involved with.
Yeah, I'm on the board of the Innocence Project in New York, and I got that position because of the book I wrote, The Innocent Man, based here in Oklahoma. The other foundation is the Focused Ultrasound Foundation out of Charlottesville, Virginia, which is a medical research foundation that we are busy raising awareness and raising money around the country.
You told the crowd here, but I'll let you tell us, the audience that's watching this, how did you get involved with this?
Well, I know nothing about medicine and medical research and medical devices, I can promise you that, but I have a very good friend, Dr. Neal Kassell, who runs the foundation. He used to be a world-renowned neurosurgeon, and he started the foundation 12 years ago and asked me to join it as a guy who may be able to raise awareness and raise money.
As a result, you wrote a book of that. It's called The Tumor. You can go to fusfoundation.org for more information on it. There's a free ebook you can download off of that as well.
Free is the key. It's the only free book I'll ever write.
In fact, some people told you, hey, John, don't deviate from what you usually write to write this, but you went ahead and wrote it.
Well, it's so different from anything else. And it's a very thin book. It's a short book. It didn't take a whole lot of effort, but it conveys the message of the foundation and what is in store for the future with focused ultrasound surgery. And that's the purpose of the book, was simply to raise awareness.
When you were researching this, did you have any sort of history of people who had gone through medical issues? I recently lost my dad and another friend. It seems like with the advances we have in medical, it still has a long way to go. It's a little bit harsh sometimes.
Yeah, and I was reluctant to get involved in the foundation 10 years ago because I was involved in other foundations, and there's just so much time in a day. And about that time, both my mother and my sister developed cancer, diagnosed with cancer, and it really changed the way I thought about a lot of things. And my sister survived, thank goodness. My mom did not. But every family has that tragedy, and when you realize the potential and the scope of the benefits that focused ultrasound can one day provide for people with cancer and people with tumors, it's incredible, it's remarkable, and it's going to be a real game changer one day if we can get there.
Get more information at fusfoundation.org. You mentioned The Innocent Man, which was a story based here in Oklahoma. You also mentioned Hunt Lowry produced what you said your favorite book was, The Time to Kill?
Yeah, it's still a favorite. It's my first book. It's my it's pretty autobiographical. I still enjoy the story. The story still holds up, and the movie was a faithful adaptation that Hunt did 23 years ago. So Hunt and I go way back.
Well, I mentioned The Innocent Man. I thought a person here asked a very good question. Will it ever go to film? And you mentioned actually there's something you may not be involved with Netflix. I
don't know if it's ever going to be a feature film. We had a brief window. The book came out in 2006. There was a lot of interest in 2007. That went away. It's hard to get a movie made now from a serious adult story, drama. But Netflix paid a young documentary filmmaker some money to do a 6-part series, and he's finished. The movie's filmed, and I think it comes out sometime in August, and the filmmaker is very pleased with it.
Well, the current book is The Rooster Bar, and again, you can find more information about John Grisham on his website, jgrisham.com. You also mentioned you have another book already in the pipeline. One thing I found interesting was your process. What is the timeline of a book for you?
It's about 6 months. I'm pretty disciplined about it. I start January the 1st every year. I start write the first word of the next novel on January the 1st, and hopefully more than one word, with the goal of finishing by July the 1st. So the winter time is a great time to write. January, February, March, I get a lot of work done then. And then when the weather turns nicer, I'm outdoors more and start playing golf again. And so, but my mornings are still from 7 to 11 every day during that 6-month period. I'm at the typewriter. I'm pounding away every day, and you know, you write 1,000, 2,000 words a day, 5 days a week. The pages pile up, and so normally by the middle of June, I'm within striking distance of finishing. I'll turn in July the 1st, spend most of July doing the revisions. And then by the book comes out the last week in October. By Labor Day, I'm bored and thinking about something else to write.
You mentioned you're always looking for a hook. From what I've seen here, there's no shortage of people who want to shake your hand. What's a hook for you? Meaning you meet a lot of people, you hear a lot of stories. I'm sure they're like, hey, John, I've got an idea that'd be a great book.
You know, what's amazing is that so many of the stories that people share with me are truly good stories. A lot of them are family stories, and everybody thinks their family deserves a book. Well, that's not the case. But you know, folks want to talk about that. But lawyers especially see so much in the way of injustice and suffering and lives that have been wrecked. They can tell some awfully good stories, and they share them with me, and I thank them. I got my own stories.
Well, thank you for your time today. He's John Grisham. Again, the current book is The Rooster Bar. You can find more information at jgrisham.com. Focused Ultrasound Foundation information at fusfoundation.org. John, great to meet you. Safe travels, sir.
Thank you. My pleasure.